when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody trying to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. I listen to that quote every morning.
Mr. 180's in the building. Let's go. We go live in 3, 2, 1.
If you stay in environments where people don't recognize the value of you, you will shrink your gift to the size of what they can stand. And that's what causes anxiety and depression and stress, because you have had to shrink. I refuse to be small because you think small. I'm not shrinking my vision because you can't catch up. You either better roll with me or you gonna get rolled over.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. 180. Listen, I done missed y'all. I missed y'all. I love y'all. Look, it's going down. I done got my phone in my hand. As y'all can see, I'm in a new office, a new set. I'm excited. Make sure my lighting is right. Can y'all hear me? Is everything good? Drop a comment. And I told y'all we got a new show, new things going on. And I got my coffee here because today, you know what I'm saying? We might get the tea. We gonna get some nuggets. We gonna get everything. It's going, and I ain't gonna let it sit out long. So hit that share button, hit that like button, turn on those post notifications. But you guys make some noise. I need you to hit them hearts, hit them likes, make some noise, because I got Coach Lakisha Herrera coaching your greatness. What's up? What's going on?
What up? Look, I had to put my own little hearts on there. Let me go ahead and heart myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. So I'm going to hit that share button. While I'm hitting that share button, let everybody know who you are.
All right. So I am Coach Lakisha of Coaching Your Greatness. I help entrepreneurs build and grow and scale their business, specifically individuals that are working 9 to 5 that want to transition into full-time CEO like your girl. I also am a real estate investor as well. I teach people how to flip their homes and also have a short-term rental. So that's me in a nutshell.
Okay, so she done said a nutshell. Before we get started, we got to say hello to our sponsors, and we got to thank them from the bottom of our hearts. Hey, I felt that in my shundo. They said that on Sunday. I said, what in the world is that? We got to thank them from the bottom of our hearts. So y'all send a big shout out. Tag them for Sin Styles. Sin Styles is quality in custom designs, custom collections, many colors and styles to choose from. Y'all go over there to sinstyles.com. Make sure that y'all support them. Y'all already know, last sponsor, Unified Praise, a gospel gathering, will be in Central Texas, February the 21st, 2025, Friday at 7 p.m. Look, I got Coach Lakisha here in the building. She done said real estate. She done said investment. But before we get started, I think I seen your picture right there on the Inside Scoop with 180 Life Enterprise Magazine. Congratulations, first off. People been calling me, oh my God, I know her. I was like, okay, that's what's up. Did you buy the magazine? You already know. Okay, so you giving us the inside scoop. I got you on the show. Drop us a nugget. Investment. How did you get into investment? You said investment purchases, investment. Explain that. How did that start?
So I invest in real estate property. So how I got started is I've always had this dream of being wealthy. That's really what it started from. I just wanted to be wealthy. And one day I said, I want to be a millionaire. And so the next thought was, well, how you become a millionaire? And so I Googled it, and it showed that 95 to 98% of millionaires came from real estate investment. So I said, that's what I'm going to do. And so I started in real estate. And so my first property was actually a fourplex that I purchased about 5 years ago. And that fourplex has definitely made me some good amount of money. It taught me a lot of things because I'm not just dealing with one tenant. I'm dealing with 4 tenants and 4 properties. And so I literally jumped from, I'm sorry about that. I literally jumped from 0 to 4, like real quick. And so in that process, After learning, I started scaling. I bought more properties. I went down to Arkansas, bought properties out there. And then after that, I purchased a motel with some other investors that I'm in
Right.
an investment group with. And that's pretty much how it all began and where I'm at. So now I currently do flips. So I'm embarking on that journey of doing flips.
Okay, so explain to people that want to get in.
Hmm.
We're and I think that should bring us to a word of the day. And this one just popped to me because I believe the word should be sacrifice. Because when
Mm.
you're talking how you're talking, like, I can only imagine from building my business, and people see me all over the world and don't know the sacrifice that I have to give. So let's talk about the sacrifice of how you really got in. Can we get deep in there? Like
Oh,
the nitty
we can
gritty.
be.
Like when you
Yes.
say a fourplex, baby, that ain't no coins we got sitting here on this little plant right here. You feel me? Like you talking about some coin delos. You feel me?
Yeah.
So talk about the sacrifice and how did that work?
So to talk about those sacrifices, I definitely have to talk a little bit about those humble beginnings.
Mm,
I was denied and rejected probably about 10 to 15 times with purchase a home. I had been trying for at least 7 to 8 years to purchase a home. I'm talking about I've done everything from rent to own, lease to own, owner financing, um, first time home buyers. I mean, I tried everything that I could possibly do to get into a home. I remember one time, and this was like one of the most discouraging moment in my process of trying to get into ownership. We was approved for this home, a very small home in Killeen on Stewart Avenue. I think that's the name of the street. And it was a two-bedroom home. Now, mind you, I am a family of it's six of us. So
wow.
two adults and four kids. But I was so like determined I want to own property. So I was like,
Right.
it was a small home, it was two-bedroom, very, very, very small. So I was like, okay, I'll just start at these humble beginnings and purchase this home. It was affordable. My debt to income ratio was good, my credit was good, everything was good. We get to the closing table, and all of the loan officers, my relatives there, everybody is at the table, and the people tell me they are not going to close on a house because I was $2 short on my income. $2, y'all. Two, I'm not
Wow.
gonna call the company name out, but to this day, I will not do business with them. I was $2 short from what they said on my income. And they said that they would not, the underwriter would not approve the loan. And so I'm like, $2 short. I could call my employer right now because at the time I was the director of a substance abuse center. And I was like, I could call my employer right now and he could give me a $2 raise. It is not, it's $2. And those people sat in our faces and told us absolutely not, no. And I became very, very discouraged. And I was like, you know what? I'm sick of
Wow.
this. I'm not doing this no more. I don't know what to do. And because I am such a hard-headed person, although that was like a setback for me, I was like, nah, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna try again. So I started trying different avenues, and that's when I started learning about rent to own, and then that situation burned me. Then I got into another property that was supposed to be a owner finance. Come to find out, the lady didn't even own the house.
Wow.
Yes, the house was getting foreclosed on. So I had spent all of this money, remodeled the house and everything. So when it comes to
Wow.
real estate and those sacrifices and ups and downs, your girl, trust me, have been through just about every scenario you can think of. So that's why I try to guide people in the right direction. So anyway, that situation fell, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna just rent me a house, and I'm gonna just figure this out. I'm gonna just have to wait. So I ended up moving out that home, got into a rental property,
Mhm.
and got into that rental. And saw this lady, Rose Scott, was offering home buyers classes, and she was offering
Okay.
it for free. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start there. I'm going to learn so much about real estate. I'm so sorry that nobody is going to deny me again. I'm never going to go through this again because I'm going to learn on my own so that I don't get caught up in these traps because I was believing everybody.
Mhm.
So I went to her class. I learned about real estate. She talked to me about the whole process. Then after that, I got with a young lady named Queen Red. Many people know her as Nicole Redmond. She at the time was doing budgeting. So I sacrificed my finances and gave and paid her to be my budget coach to get my
Mhm.
finances in order because I'm like, I'm not going in there again. And they talking about this $2. I gotta
Right,
make sure.
right.
So while going through those processes, I got educated with Miss Rose. And Miss Rose educated me and she said, hey, your husband was a prior military. You can qualify to get a home up to 4 properties. Now, all the other realtors had never told me this information,
Wow.
never explained that to me. She said,
Wow.
you can get up to 4 properties with a VA loan. And I said, okay, well, let's do that. My husband, I worked on his credit, everything got good, and through the VA loan process is how we were able to get our first 4-plex. Now, the sacrifice came in that, again, a family of 6. Each room was only 2 bedrooms. So we
Mhm.
moved into the 2-bedroom, all 6 of us, and stayed there for 2 years.
Wow.
Yes, and that was like, for me, was the best 2 years of my life. I did not have a mortgage because my 3 tenants was paying my mortgage. I didn't have to pay a light bill because my other tenants was paying the light bill. I
Mhm.
didn't have a water bill because the other tenants. So basically, that those 3 tenants were paying for my lifestyle. So I literally just sat and rested. I mean, I did more work, but I rested in the fact of I accomplished something and I allow our finances to build so that I can go out and duplicate the process again. But that was the best 2 years ever. But we were 6 people, 6 adults now, crammed up in that apartment. And then 2 of my sons ended up having kids. And so we had 6 adults and 2 babies cramped up in that 2-bedroom apartment. And I
Wow.
had people that really talk bad about me because of that. But they didn't understand my strategy. But look where I'm at now. So that sacrifice was worth, those 2 year sacrifice was worth my today.
So let's talk about that. And do you feel, and I like the sacrifice. Do you feel like you were teaching your kids the vision? Because okay, everybody, before we get started, me and Coach Keisha, we're actually friends. We actually know each other. I can call her my friend. Someone that I actually confide in and I talk to. We can pick up the phone now. We 2 busy people, so look, we have to take that hour and understand. Okay, hey, I got a meeting again. She got
Right.
things to do. Um, but your family is so close knit. A lot of people don't know. I know it. So
Mhm.
y'all are so close knit. They work together. They do this. They do that. They do a lot of stuff. Do you feel like those 2 years brought y'all to understand the vision of where you was trying to go? And did you have any resistance of I don't want to do the family business or I don't want to do this? What was that experience like?
So I will say it, my kids already knew what the vision was because I'm a firm believer in the scripture where it says, write the vision, make it plain. And they that see it will run. And though the vision tarry, wait on it, it shall come.
You better preach, woman.
So
All right.
my vision board has always been in some area of my house where everybody can see it. My kids
Mm,
walk in my room, they can see my vision board. My husband in the room, everybody can see my vision board. And so it's not just my vision, but on my vision board, I incorporate everybody. What I
yeah.
want for my kids, what I want for my husband, what I want for my mom, what I want for my sister. I incorporate everybody in that vision, right? So they already had an understanding of what it was that I wanted to accomplish. I've always talked to them about generational wealth and how we're going to have this legacy. And so I have a picture of my son in a football jersey. and it's like a close-up, and it has his name on the back, Herrera. And I have that picture on my wall, and underneath it, it says legacy. Because that's what I want them to always, Herrera legacy. This is what we're building. Every sacrifice that we make, everything we do is all about building a legacy. They don't like it when I talk about that. So that's the resistance that I do get. I always say, when I'm not here, I need you to make sure that you're able to take care of the things that I'm leaving behind. Because so many times people build generational wealth for their kids, and statistically, they say by the second generation, it is gone. And that's because they don't know the value of it, and they don't know how to maintain it and manage it. Now, resistance in working in a business. I just had this argument yesterday with one of my oldest sons. And so I'll give you the scenario. Everybody know I'm transparent. So I'm gonna let you be the fly on the wall. Okay. So I sent my son on this job, and I was paying $90 for day labor. And I said, it's a day labor job. I just need you to clean up this construction site. The job pays $90. My son says in the background, I don't know where they be coming up with these figures. $90. You see, this is a bunch of stuff, blah, blah, blah. So me getting into mommy mode, I go ballistic. And I'm like, forget it. Get in your car. Go to your hotel home. Don't you ask me for no money, and you better not be late on your rent. Because I'm giving you opportunities to make money that if I go out in the street and pay somebody $90 for less than 8 hours, they're going to jump on that. And all you're doing is cleaning up. But I had to step back because my son is a bona fide entrepreneur like me. And my son understands the value of time. Now, my son cuts hair. My son can make $90 in 30 minutes. So to tell him to go out there and make $90 in 6 to 8 hours does not make sense to him. So I understood where he was coming from, but it was the simple fact that he made the complaint about it. So I went home. I'm one that I don't have a problem with apologizing to my kids when I'm wrong. So last night I sat down and I had the conversation. I said, look, I understand that you make more money just from cutting hair. And that is good because I taught you the value of time and money and entrepreneurship. I said, but what you have to also understand as well, this is a business that I'm running. I'm not going to let nobody mess over you, and I'm not going to mess over you. However, find value in the fact that you're working within your business, because that $90 that I'm going to pay you is the $90 that's going to circulate back into this household. But if I go and pay somebody else $90, we won't see that money again. So I'm teaching them the same principles that these other cultures teach their kids. The black dollar does not last in our community. I think the statistic was like something ridiculous, like 15 minutes or an hour. It was like really low. So basically, as a black person, we get our money, we go spend it somewhere else. And then when we go in our communities, it's not us that own stuff in our community, right? We go to the Arab store, we go to the Korean store, we go to the Vietnamese nail station, and we giving our money and putting it in their household, in their community. No, I don't want that. My money needs to circulate more than one time within my household. So everybody got a bill, everybody contribute to something, and everybody's going to work inside this business. So my kids manage my Airbnbs. They clean my Airbnbs. If we have demo projects, they're on the demo team. If they're doing flooring, they're on the flooring squad. They're in the business so that money can circulate multiple times in our household before they go give it to somebody else. I'm sorry, I don't know if I went to, but I get real passionate about that kind of stuff.
No. You good. I'm sitting here like, okay, somebody get it. Because I was just talking to a colleague the other day, and I told them, they were upset about the election. They're upset about this. They're upset about that. And I said, man, if we really work together as a people, and that's the issue that I feel like that we have, because I got people like you that can demo, that can remodel. But the thing that makes me upset is you see Coach Keisha and you want to lowball her. But then you get Seth from down the street that do the same job maybe not even as good. He's not passionate about it. He's just trying to get a check. He gives you this high price, and then you'll go and pay that. Or he'll give you this high price, you'll pay your deposit. He doesn't know what he's doing because he's subcontracted out, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't get done right. Then you want to call Coach Keisha. You want to call us and be like, oh, well, I need it corrected or I need it done correctly. When you should have came to us in the beginning and we could have all worked together. And you know, that's so when I hear you, that's why I just was sitting back like, man, I can say it till I turn blue in the face. Maybe they might listen to it if you tell them, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing is now, even building my brand, we've sat and talked for hours, you know, and I think the reason me and Coach Keisha get along, because we both do so much different stuff that don't even match. like stuff, because we can go, and this is a sidebar. Big shout out to Dr. Carrie Azamore. Yes. I seen her backstage. So this is what happened, y'all. Okay, so y'all know I got all these people on Facebook. I'm always trying to do something to make $1. I'm always trying to make some money. And I went and pulled up. She was needing someone to clean last minute at an Airbnb. She was like, hey, look, this is what I need to do. And so she was showing me the business of it. And I was like, okay, boom. And she was like, we follow each other on Facebook. I was like, okay, you know, because that's how people approach me. And I'm learning how to be like, oh, yeah, cool. You know what I'm saying? And so we had a meeting. And I came back to my town. She was in her town. And I think a couple months later, I had got hired by Dr. Carrie Enzamore, and I was working. I'm in my zone. Y'all know when I'm behind the camera and doing Mr. 180, you know, I'd be up in my zone. And she was like, hey, Archie, how you doing? And I'm like, hey. And she was like, oh, you really don't know me? And I'm like, explain to me. Tell me again. She was like, it's me, Coach Keisha, with the Airbnbs. And I was looking like, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? And she looking at me like, well, what are you doing here? And I'm like, oh, well, I'm a photographer. I do marketing, Wait, for real? And I was like, well, what are you doing? Oh, I'm a director. I'm a producer. Wait, for real? And it just really clicked. Like, man, people get being a serial entrepreneur doesn't just mean I do construction. Doesn't just mean I do investment. Doesn't, like, really, you take your good and you create it into something. So let's talk about you behind we're going to jump back on investments, y'all. I promise we're going to jump back in. But let's talk about you behind the scenes, bringing it together. How did that passion come? What do you do in that arena?
So I write, I direct, I produce, stage manager, production manager. I think I've done just about every part of play production, and I enjoy them all. What I don't like acting. I'm not the one to get on stage and portray a role. That is not me. I am the behind the scenes person, because I love to build. And when I build things, I like to see the end result. I don't want to get on the stage and entertain nobody, right? I want to be back there, the puppet master, I guess. But anyway, my passion came from my mom. So when I was young, like really, really young, my mom comes from a very large family. It is 9 of them. Wow. And my mom family is also a very close-knit family in the sense of they're going to meet for every holiday. When I mean every holiday, they're going to meet for every holiday. Wow. They're going to travel near and far to be around each other. And so my mom, I also come from, a pretty large family as well. Within my nucleus, my mom has 6 kids. And my uncle has 8 kids. And then I have some other, cousins, onesies and twosies here. So anyway, whenever we would get together for our family gatherings during the holiday, my mom always put me in charge of the entertainment.
Wow. Okay. And
I hated it.
For real?
I hated it because I wanted to be like all the other kids and just get to show up and play and whatever. Okay. But during my Thanksgiving break, I gotta write a play. I gotta come up with a program. I gotta get with all my cousins and get with my sisters, make sure they got their parts. I got to rehearse with them. I'm not enjoying my breaks. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I get you. I get you.
I'm creating. And so I was doing this early. I mean, like at 7, my mom had me doing this. So sometimes my mom, she would write a play and then I would have to put all of the pieces together. But it had got to the point where I had to create the program. I'm talking about, I had to have actual programs written out and give it to my family members. And so once we get to whatever family house we're going to get to, I would everybody had to gather after we ate or whatever. It was now time for entertainment. And so I was in charge of the entertainment. And that's how that passion grew in that. It literally, my mom just, how the scripture says, she stirred up the gift.
Wow.
I didn't know I had the gift in me, right? I was a very creative kid. I didn't know I had that gift. It was my mom that stirred up the gift. So as years went by, I never took a theater class. I never was in theater in school because I only saw it as that's just what I do with my family. Every holiday, we're going to come up with a program. Never thought nothing of it. So I was at a church and they needed a fundraiser program. And I said, I could just write a church play.
Okay.
And God gave me the vision for the I Am Woman. And so I Am Woman is a passion piece that I have that talks about the different traumatic experiences that women go through.
Okay.
And so I wrote that play. When I wrote that play and put on that production, I mean, it was a women's program. The women were overwhelmed with it. People were crying. People were touched by it. They was like, that's my story. You talked about, the things that I went through. When you going to do it again? Archie, it took me 7 years to do that play again.
Wow.
7 years, because I didn't see it as something to do. It just was, somebody needs something. Oh, yeah, I give you that. That's all I thought of it was. Yeah. 7 years later, I did the play again. Same response. Women coming up to me after the play. Oh, my God, you touched on my story. That healed me. That touched me. That opened my eyes to things. When you going to do it again? It took me 4 years to do it again. Because, production.
Yeah, it takes time. Yeah.
So one of my friends saw one of my I Am Woman plays and said, hey, do you mind helping me with my play? And that's how everything started. I helped him with his play. Carrie Ann came to one of the rehearsals and she was like, you're really good. I'm like, I am? I want you to help me on my play. I'm like, okay. I started helping her on her play. Then another young lady by the name of Kimberly Michelle out of Atlanta, she reached out to me, was like, hey, I heard that somebody told me that they work with you, that you do plays. And I'm like, yeah, can you help me? Sure, I'll help you. So she liked my work so much. She was like, every production I need you on. So that following summer, I went on a 10-city tour with her.
Come on.
Yes, I went on a 10-city tour with her. And I've still to this day been doing productions for her. Whenever she called me to do something in Atlanta, I fly out, I do the production, and I come back home. Carrie Ann called me to do something. Anything Carrie Ann asked me to do, I'm there. And the same thing with Kimberly. So it literally, the gift made room for me.
Come on.
That's all that happened. I didn't call nobody. I didn't ask nobody. I did not say, pick me, pick me, pick me. I didn't do none of that, Archie. Yeah. People came and sought me out.
Yeah.
The gift made room for me. And that is the best experience that I can share with people when it comes to that scripture, when it says it is your gift that is going to make room for you. All you got to do is operate in your gift.
Yeah.
So that's how that started.
I got to add a little bit to that, because when you said it, it just touched me, because if people really knew how it really be going, like people really be thinking, I had to tell somebody that the other day, like, man, I don't even know how these people got in contact with me, to tell you the truth. Like, I be so lost sometimes. Like, and how do you know me? Case in point, yesterday, They called me at 11 a.m. Well, they called my assistant. My assistant called me, hey, they want you at a school. And I was like, okay, that sounds like a plan. Tell them to reach out. You know, it's okay to give my number. Boom, 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 boom. They called me and come to find out they was in the same city as me. And I was like, oh, okay, that's what's up. And they were like, yeah, because you live around the corner. That's a little creepy. But I said, that's a little creepy. But okay, let's go. You know, when do you need me? So I'm thinking they're going to say, oh, we're having a Christmas program in December the 12th, 15th. You know, they was like, okay, can you be here at 3? 3 when? They was like, today. Sure. I don't have nothing to do. I said, okay, where am I going? Literally it was 7 minutes from my house. I said, okay. And they was like, oh yeah, because we seen you over here. We seen you do this. We seen you do that. Da, 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 da. We've been watching. And it shows me not only will your gift make room for you, but your consistency. Yes. But then, like Coach Keisha just said, working in your gift and perfecting your gift. You know, like a lot of people get upset because, oh, well, I got this gift, but you don't want to perfect it. You don't want to listen to people that are out here doing it. You don't want to coach. And since we jumped on there, talk about the importance of having a coach. You know, I talk to coaches a lot, and I tell people straight up, some coaches are for you. Some you have to find the one that's good for you. But what's the importance of having a coach? And do you have a coach?
Yes, I have a coach. And I'll say this because I can get very long-winded on that.
Okay.
If Michael Jordan has a coach, everybody need a coach. He is the GOAT.
Don't do that. Don't do that now, Coach. Well, you was doing good now. You know, I'm a coach now. But okay.
Well, even in that, Kobe had a coach as well. Rest in peace, Kobe.
Yeah.
Kobe is a GOAT. He was the GOAT. Yeah. LeBron, GOAT.
Yeah.
All the greats had a coach.
Can I add to that though? Can I add? Let's be real. So we just said Michael, Kobe, LeBron, right? Add Steph Curry on there. One thing that you can say is they still practice. They don't just get up. Yeah, they're good. They can just get, but they still put a regimen together on conditioning, on practice, on they still practice. They still perfect their gift. You know, they're good, but they still have to go and say, oh, you know what? I need to practice this. We can get on singing too. You know, you've been on production. I've been on the road with a lot of singers. What I didn't know until I went on the road with After 7 was they practice so much, and literally each show they're doing the same thing. If you went to one show, you're going to be to them all, and they change them. They change them once a year. And most of the time they don't change them that much because it's a lot of work that goes into it. But they still practice that same set over and over and over. And I'm saying that to let people know, because I'm going to get back to you in the coaching. You got to not only be consistent, but you have to perfect that gift. You have to practice it. You have to, because you never know. Like she just said, she got that call to come to Atlanta. When you get there, they finally put you in the game. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Put me in. But during practice, you was fiddling your thumbs. You wasn't running. You wasn't giving it all you got. Then they put you in and you get hit and you get hurt on the first run. There goes your career.
That is.
But go ahead, coach. My bad. I could talk about it all day.
Yeah, and I'm the same. I definitely agree with everything that you have said. You definitely have to perfect your craft. We are forever growing. And that's the mindset that most people get stuck on. They don't want to grow. They don't want to put in the work. I tell people all the time, entrepreneurship is not for everybody. I blame us. I blame true entrepreneurs for making it look easy, because we get on social media and we post the highlights and we posting these trips that we on and we posting these celebrities that we hanging out with and we posting the money that we make it. And so everybody's like, oh my God, I want that. But People don't want the work that come with it.
Wow.
There's nothing wrong with being a 9-to-5 employee. That's why my motto is be transparent so others can be transformed. Let me transform your mind through my transparency. Because I'm going to tell you something. It ain't all roses and butterflies. They got some poop in your step.
Yeah.
They got some crap that you're going to step in. You're going to get burned. You're going to get hurt. You're going to get betrayed. You need a coach to keep you focused, because if not, the moment things go wrong, I had a person in here yesterday in my office, and they said, I can't do this no more. I'm going to just go get a 9-to-5. I just got to. They just quit their job now. They just said, I heard from the Lord. The Lord told me to quit my job and work in my business full time. Well, did the Lord change his mind?
Right. That.
Did the Lord change his mind? No, you didn't expect that the work that was going to come with it, because now that you are an entrepreneur, you the one got to come up with the schedule. When before, all you had to do was clock in. You the one that got to come up with the budget plan. But before, all you had to do was wait for that check to drop. It's two totally different worlds. And so with having that coach is going to make sure that you stay motivated. That coach is also going to be your accountability partner, because we need accountability. Because it's one thing to have an alarm that's set, it wakes you up, you go into work, they're going to tell you what to do, when to do it, how to do it. But when you got your own business, you don't know what to do, when to do, or how to do it. You just doing and hoping that whatever you throw on the wall, that it stick. That's really true entrepreneurship. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we have our strategic plan, but we don't know if that plan gonna work. We just trying and seeing if the plan gonna work. And if the plan worked, great. Let me do it 10 more times.
Right.
But we really don't know. So you need that coach. You need that coach that has already been down that road to say, hey, this is not the way to go. I've already done this. A coach help you collapse time. That's the best way I can describe it. Because if I've been in the game for 20 years and you've been in the game for 1, I can teach you 20 years of knowledge within that 1 year period of time. You have now collapse time.
Wait, let's jump on that now. Now, you're teaching me 20 years of knowledge. I can't get upset with your price because you went through it.
That is.
I'm not going to have to. She's about to save you money. Let me. Can I be transparent? Do you know how much unnecessary money I have spent? And I had to let somebody know this the other day. Don't let the G-Wagon for you, y'all. Because one late payment, they're coming to pick it up. I'm gonna even be. Can I be super transparent? They already picked my G-Wagon up. Let's be real. They picked it up. I didn't pay the payment. I had 2.5 months, and baby, it beep beep beep, and my truck was going up the street.
I had the same.
You get where I'm coming from. But the thing is, a lot of people don't know as an entrepreneur how many losses we go to get to a win. And the reason why we so happy about the win, because sometimes we've been losing and losing and losing and losing. And for me, I'm big on faith, and God be showing up in the clutch, baby.
Yes. Yes.
So when your person that you said yesterday, I went through that the other day. I said, you know what? I'm going to just go get a 9-to-5. And I ain't going to lie. I went into a company that I had been looking at. I'm looking for employment. And they told me to go to some building, do something online, come back, do this, do 10 jumping jacks, a backflip, and this. I said, wait, what happened to the old school? Like, is this what y'all going through to fill out applications? I just want to work. And they was like, when's the last time you worked? I said, well, I own the company. I haven't had a 9-to-5 in 5 years, 5.5 years. And it hit me as an entrepreneur. I've been doing this almost 6 years. God has opened the door every month because I got bills just like the rest of everybody else. You got bills, right, Coach Keisha? Just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying?
A lot more, too. Because now I got a business I got to pay for.
And a lot of people don't know my internet has to be a certain speed for y'all to even see me. So you can get the base for 25 and y'all wondering why my Spectrum bill $248 and yours is 45. Well, you living outside your means. I have to work. So let's talk about you got to give to get. Let's talk about she's saying she about to save you money, save you some heartache, save you some tears. Because as an entrepreneur, you going to cry. I don't care what nobody talking about. I don't care how tough you is. And you got it. You're going to take some losses. If you're going to, there's no successful entrepreneur that I've met. And I've met billionaires. I've met 2 billionaires. And those was the funnest conversations because they was tough.
Mm-hmm.
It was tough. And I'm like, you cried? And they're like, yeah, bro. Like, I lost it all. And they was they was telling me how they lost mansions. And it was like, bro, like we was sleeping in our car, that G-Wagon you see that can only fit 2 people, that everybody thinks is a great family car. Yeah, we was sleeping in there. We let the seats down and we was trying to figure it out, and I was like, wow. So my little $300,000 house and my little, you know what I'm saying, hoopty that I know it's inevitable. But tell me, what do you tell your clients on they got to pay for what they want? And make them understand the importance of it. Because people, I got to pay you. I got to pay you. I got to pay. I don't know how many times you hear it. I hear it all the time. I literally hear it. I just got off the phone today. But so, oh, I got to pay? And I'm like, yeah, yeah. But go ahead. I'm giving it to you.
So the first thing I say is people who don't pay attention. That's the first thing I tell them. If you can't pay, then I know you're not going to pay attention. That's just the bottom line. Because it's hard for people to part ways with their money. It's very, very difficult. And I also tell them, if you are not worth the investment, then I'm not worth your time. I'm not worth your time because your pain point is you're not experiencing enough pain that you feel that you need to pay for it. So I am not your person. Because that's really what people are doing. They're paying to solve a pain. I don't want to feel this pain no more. Get rid of it. If we sick, God forbid, I don't speak about sickness, but if there's any type of illness that we come against, I don't care how much it's going to cost to make us well, we're going to spend the money.
Yeah.
But people are comfortable in their situation. And I tell them, until you get so uncomfortable that you're willing to do whatever it takes, then come back to me. Then come to back, because then that lets me know that you're not ready, because you're not even willing to make the investment in yourself. You're not paying Coach Keisha bills because Coach Keisha bills is going to get paid anyway. But what you are paying for is the investment in yourself. And people who don't pay attention. And that I try my hardest not to deal with those people. Now, there are things that I feel like, for instance, there was a time that I could not pay a coach. I'm not going to say how much I pay my coach because I don't want people in my pockets.
I get you.
I tell you what, I paid my coach more than I thought I could ever pay a coach at this point in my life. I'm going to say that because I know as I grow, then I'm going to have to spend more money. You got to pay to play. That's it. You got to either pay to play or you're going to use your sweat equity to play. You're going to either work or you're going to either pay. There is no in between with that. You know what I'm saying? And so I tell people, at one time, I was on food stamps. I was on Section 8. I was getting Medicaid. I was getting WIC. I was getting utility checks, baby. I could tell you every government assistance program that is out there because I was a government dependent. The government took care of me and my family. Wow. And that is no lie. I could tell you about all of that stuff. But what I can tell you is, even though I did not have the money, I spent the money on making myself better. whether it was buying a $10 book, that's still an investment. So I try to provide things that's affordable to my clients that they can say, you know what, I can't have you as my one-on-one coach because see, my time is valuable. I'm not spending 2 hours with you and you want to pay me $10 an hour. I'm not doing that. I could go
Yeah,
work at McDonald's and get paid more than that. So
yeah.
people have to understand there's a value in time. But if I give you this ebook for $10, are you going to actually invest the time to read it? Because now you got to invest your time because that's the only thing you got to spend.
Wow. Yeah.
Broke people got a lot of time on their hand.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Broke people got a lot of time on their hands.
Mm-hmm.
So invest with your time. And that's how I separate those moochers. That's what I call them. You're a moocher because you ain't going to do nothing with the information anyway. And the Bible said, don't cast your pearls among swine.
Come on.
You pockets with holes in it. I'm not about to give you all my diamonds and pearls and all you're going to do is just walk over them. No, I want my diamonds and pearls to be an investment for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Go read a book, go watch free YouTube University, and then come back to me when you're ready to really level up. But that's how I deal with those clients. And you know what? For me, I'm even getting better at that because sometimes I will be like, okay, well, I'll charge you this amount just to help y'all. But me, myself, I've learned to get away from that because it's taking up too much of my time.
And what I've learned is my free clients, when I run the free special, they're sitting there waiting on the discount on the free. And then they'll come and give you more problems. The free people will give you more problems than the people that's actually paying. And it's like, bro, you giving me all these problems? Nah. And what I've come to the point of, I started vetting clients because when I tell you this year, I've never seen so many people call their card in. And I'm like, so what happened? Oh, well, you didn't post 3 times for me. I don't want none of your services. After I done did all of the work. And then I see you going on using all of my stuff.
Exactly.
And so I told myself, I said, you know what? My coach told me that until everything is paid in full and secured, don't do no work. Don't. And it makes it seem everybody said, oh, he's mean. No one has said I'm hard to work with. They just say that I'm mean. And when they look at my pictures, I look mean. And I'm like, you don't really know me. And I'm going to tell y'all that. Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't judge again, I'm going to say this, and I said this earlier. Don't let these cars fool y'all. Don't let these logos and this stuff fool y'all. Because one missed payment, my car be sitting at the pound. And it's
like everybody else.
Just like everybody else. And that's the thing is a lot of people don't understand that. The hard work that comes into it. I was selling a car the other day to somebody, and it was like, man, your payments is high. I said, so that should show you how much work I really put on, because I've been doing this for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So you can see. But back to our main thing at hand, y'all. The importance of a coach. The importance of the coach. And then I need you to talk this last thing, and we're going to let Coach Keisha go. Get a coach that is in the field you're in. Stop trying to get a coach that's your friend. Oh, this is my friend. This is my coach. This is, you know what I'm saying? My coach is out of Illinois. I thank God for her. Listen, it been days. I'd be like, hey, coach, let's get on the phone because I'm about to lose it all. Throw it all away. Don't worry about it. Y'all won't never have to hear about 180 life ever again in life. And she gets on the phone and she not my friend. Trust me. She get on there. Hey, look, this is what you need to do. This what's going on. Blah, 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 blah. Talk to people about, I understand you want a friendly, but just because they're your friend don't mean they're your coach.
That's a fact. So for me, money, I think of it in terms of money. Money has no face, right? If you want to make the money, you go to the person that's gonna make you the money. I talk to Me and my husband had this conversation the other day, and I'm gonna segue just a little bit off, and it's gonna drive this point home in regards to a coach. There was a young lady that I had been around, seen her, seen some of the things that she done, but she used to annoy me, like aggravated my soul. And it wasn't nothing that she did to me. It was just something about her. You know how we just have that thing in us that just not agreeable with other people. And she was a sweet person, but she just annoyed me. Every time she opened her mouth about what she do, I just got annoyed. Every time she started talking to, trying to coach people I just got annoyed. And one day I was praying and I was like, Lord, I need help in such and such, da da da. And her face popped up in my mind. And I was like, nah, I ain't trying to go that route. I don't feel like, nah, I don't want to do that. And what God began to show me is oftentimes the thing that we want is in the vessel that we don't want to get it from.
Woo!
We don't want it from that vessel. We want God to give us the answer the way that we want the answer to appear. We want God to answer our prayers the way we want. We want to tailor-made the answer to our problem. We got these problems, but we want to tailor-make the solution. God said, if you go to her, the problem that you're trying to get solved is going to be solved because she got the answer. I knew that before I even prayed. I only prayed because I was hoping God was going to direct me somewhere else.
Wow.
Because the truth of the matter is, I knew she had what I wanted. I knew she had what I needed. But because I didn't want to ask her, because I didn't really like her. Let's just be truthful about it. I didn't really like her. I don't even know why I didn't like the girl. I have no idea to this day. I mean, now I loved her to death. I don't even know. It could have been a sense of jealousy. It could have been a sense of envy. I'm not one that I shy away from my true feelings because I understand emotions come and go. Your emotions let you know that you're alive and what you need to address at that time. So I knew it was something that was in me that I had to work on. It had nothing to do with her. I was projecting my feelings onto her. So I said, you know what? Forget it. Hey, I want to do a consultation with you with da 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 da. When I tell you the answer that I need came from that person, it came directly out of that person's mouth. Wow. So when it comes down to coaching, if you see somebody that's doing what you want to do, if you see somebody that's living a life that you want to live, I don't care who they are. Go to them and get the answer. Because at the end of the day, you the one that needs the answer, not them.
Wow.
Go get the answer. And see, I think what it is we don't like to humble ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like to humble ourselves. And in order to ask for help, we got to humble ourselves. And that was part of it. I may have saw myself better than her in a way. Well, I'm doing this and I got this and she younger than me. And how she get to talk about this and all this other kind of stuff. But the truth of the matter is she had executed a plan that I had been trying to execute and could not. She had the answers to my problem. Yeah. You know what? Let me humble myself and get the answers that I need. Wow. And I got the answers that I need. And that was the end of that. But it taught me a valuable lesson. I don't care who they are. If a donkey can talk, then anybody can be the jackass for the moment.
Come on. Okay.
I don't know if y'all know that story, but y'all look in the Bible where it talks about how the donkey spoke to the servant and said, I've been following you and serving you all these years. And I'm telling you, there's danger. That was the first time they talked about an animal speaking. That was the last time. And God gave me a revelation in that anybody can be a jackass for the moment. You can still learn from the jackass.
Wow.
You can still learn. So everybody, I don't care who you are, you could be the bum on the street. If a bum on the street gave me a stock tip and he done showed me that he done made money off this stock, how you do that again, sir? And I ain't gonna ever see him again. But we don't like to humble ourselves because we just think who we are.
Wow.
Humble yourself. Get the help that you need. I know a lot of people don't come to me because they just don't want to humble themselves. Either they don't like me, or they think I'm gonna judge them, or they don't want me to know, that they're dealing with these things because maybe on social media they have a certain facade. I felt that way with my credit. I was like, man, I don't know. I'm out here living my best life. I don't want this girl going telling her friends all my credit business.
Right.
She friends with people that I don't even know if I really want them all up in my business like that. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But you know what? I had to humble myself and say, girl, do you want your credit fixed or not? I went
Right.
straight to that girl. I need you to help me with my credit. Here's what I got. Because I'm transparent. If you do decide to share it with anybody, it ain't new news because I done told y'all anyway. I ain't got good credit. So
Wow.
it is what it is. But I wanted to help. You got to humble yourself. And when you want the help, you going to get the help. Where there's a will, there is a way. And
Wow.
that's the importance of a coach to me.
Y'all heard it here first. Coach Keisha, coaching your greatness, right here on the 180 show during our coffee time. I done drank all my coffee, so y'all know what time that means. Listen, she's dropping some more nuggets in our November issue, 180 Life Enterprise Magazine, November 2024. I will put the link to the Amazon link in the chat. Listen. She dropped so many nuggets in there. Let everybody know how they can reach you, how they can get in contact with you, how can they sign up, get you to be their coach. Do you have a consultation? How can they reach you, man?
So right now I offer clarity session. I don't have any mentorships programs right now because I'm on my last mentorship client now to the end of this year. I will be starting again next year. However, if you need clarity in your business or your personal life, you can go on my website at coachingyourgreatness.com and you can book a 1-hour clarity session with me, and I will devise a plan for you so that you can get clear on your goals and be able to execute. Once I have that mentorship program set up, everyone who's already signed up or joined my email listing will be the first to know. Any individual that have financially made an investment in themselves and in me, I will include them in my exclusive group called the CYG Inner Circle. And in that group, I share a lot of tips on business. I also give information on real estate projects, and I also provide opportunities. So if anybody want to invest in real estate, I put those opportunities in there. So that would be the way to stay in contact with me.
Y'all go onto the website, coachingyourgreatness.com. Again, that's coachingyourgreatness.com. And y'all already know, y'all definitely can go get 180 Life Enterprise Magazine. You can go to 180life.com, 180lyfe.com. Get a copy. See what Coach Keisha is talking about. Listen, I thank you so much for coming by, for rocking with me. It's been a long time coming, and I thank you so much for always being kind to me and my family every time that we've come to you and your team and everything that y'all are doing in the community. So hats off to you. Keep going. Let me encourage you right now. Keep going. Keep doing your thing, because they watching, and you encourage me every time. I'll be like, man, she killing it. Okay, Archie, we going to get our money up one day and be able to, rock with the big people. You know what I'm saying? But thank you so much for all that you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you for inviting me, and I appreciate it. I got my magazine in the back. I don't know if y'all can see it,
Yes.
but make sure you guys reach out, get your magazine. And same for you. I want to encourage you, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. It may not feel good right now, but as seeds are sown into the ground, there is a disruption.
Wow.
And then the fruit come forward. So just know that your harvest season is coming. Just stay the course, keep watering your seed, and you're gonna watch it grow, and you're gonna have a beautiful fruit production. So I'm just so excited to see that. I love everything that you're doing. Just keep on. My alarm is going off. So I just want to appreciate you and everybody that showed up today. Definitely follow both of us because we're doing amazing things, and I feel like that we're providing great content for the masses.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So y'all make some noise. Shoot them hearts. Let Coach Keisha know she got to get up out of here because I know she got another meeting she got to get to. And thank you so much for coming by, for real.
Yes, thank you.
Y'all, listen. Coach Keisha, wasn't that amazing? Wasn't that great? Oh my God. She dropped the nuggets, listen, I need y'all to go get those copies. Go get those copies right now on Amazon.com. Go to 180life.com, 180lyfe.com. Get a copy. See what Coach Keisha is talking about. She can definitely help you get to the next level. I want to give a big shout out to all of our sponsors. But guess what? February the 21st, we will be in Central Texas on the Unified Praise, a gospel gathering at the Sue and Franklin Mayborn Performing Arts Center, 810 North Main Street in Belton, Texas, Friday, February 21st at 7 p.m. Definitely go to kzamore.com to get your tickets. Jokia, Crystal Aiken, Titus, CC Gabo, Lavolis, and many, many more. So y'all definitely go check that out. Do you have a story? I know somebody out there that been through some things. I need to hear from you because now we are going to Because I Survived It Part 2. Listen, Part 2 is coming out next year. We are preparing to launch this thing next year. But February the 22nd, we will be in New Braunfels, Texas, and it's going down to Entrepreneur and More Awards. Episode 2 is going down. If you have not gotten your tickets, go to eventbrite.com, go to 180life.com. We got to give a big shout out to SinStyles.com. Y'all already know what it is. SinStyles.com is a veteran-owned company. So we need you to go on over to SinStyles.com. Shop. Listen, if you have not gotten your copy of 180 Life Enterprise Magazine, y'all see these great productions all year. We need you to get your copy. But guess what? I need you to come and get your marketing done with your boy because your boy is ready to work. Photography, magazine placement, radio and podcast interviews, book signings, grand opening, social media management, DMK creations. And guess what? We can have you here live on the 180 show. I want to thank God. Auntie, what's going on? I got to give a big shout out to Mr. Victor Hall. Thank you so much for coming through. That's my big bro, y'all. But my Uncle Tyron, thank you so much. Auntie CC, she going to be in the building. All of you that have tuned in, Kyra Dot, some of y'all I have not met in person. Some of y'all I do talk to on a very frequent. We thank y'all so much for everything, for supporting. So what I need you to do now, go to 180life.com. Hit that share button, hit that like button, turn on those post notifications. Let them know that Mr. 180 is in the building. And guess what? I am so grateful for all of you. So I got a couple commercials. I want y'all to tune in. Please take note. But listen, today is the big launch. Season 2 for Z Speaks tonight, 7 p.m. right here on the 180. Wherever you're streaming from, you'll be able to see her too. All right? Thank y'all so much. Let's go.
Hello, Texas. This is your girl, TC Bravo, National Recording Artist. Central Texas, I am on my way to the Unified Praise Gathering, yes, on February the 21st at 7 p.m. Listen, you guys, get your tickets at Eventbrite or kzamore.com. I am super excited to hit the stage to do what I do best, and that's to give God worship. You need to get there so you can be healed, delivered. We want to see you there. And you know what? I'm doing my single, The Glory, and I just might do Blessed Be the Name. They hit the number 4 on the Gospel Billboard chart, but you'll never know if you don't come and find out. So check us out on Friday, February 21st at 7 p.m.
Get your subscription now at 180life.com, 180lyfe.com. You don't want to miss these up and coming entrepreneurs, inspirational stories, things that can help the whole family, from recipes to fun to inspiration. Go get your subscription now over at 180life.com.